Water is a human necessity, a right that is enshrined in our constitution here in South Africa, and yet this right has been elusive in some communities. Hello and welcome to your program, People's Imbizo, brought to you by African News Network, and I'm your host, Audrey Chimwanda. This time, we're coming to you from the Free State Province. We are in Maluti, Phufong municipality in Castell, extension 5. They haven't had water for the past 7 years. There hasn't been a constant supply of water. Now, we're here to find out if there's a third force at hand that is causing this erratic water supply, or if it is a genuine problem of incapacitated infrastructure or the drought that has ravished most parts of South Africa. We're here to find out why. We have the acting mayor who will be here to discuss this and help us understand why the situation has gotten to such a dire state. You're at home, or welcome to joining the conversation. Are you having the same water woes in your community? Has anything been done about it? Our Twitter handle is @ANN7TV, and you can use the hashtag People's Imbizo. Community members are here with us today, and they'll be talking to us about all the issues that they have been facing in this community. I'll take this opportunity to introduce to you my panel. Before that, I am your host, Audrey Chimwanda, and to my right, we have the acting mayor. Also, he is the MMC for Art, Sports and Culture here in the Free State. That's Mr. Raphael Mokoena. To his right, we have a community member, James Zim, who's in touch with the community. They discuss these issues. They have been writing to the municipality, try to get answers, and it appears they've been having problems with that. He'll be telling us more about that as well. We also have a community leader, Mr. Selo Khatebe, who will also be joining in the conversation. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks. No, thank you, Audrey.
And we'll get straight to it. We'll start with the acting mayor, Mr. Raphael Mokoena. This issue has been going on for such a long time now. Why have we reached a stage where people are not able to have a sustainable water supply? It is enshrined in our constitution that there's a basic right that people need to live their life by.
Yes, good day, Audrey. Let I first pass my sincere and humble greetings to the audience at home and the community of Phufong, Castell, and the Maluti Phufong at large. Yes, my greetings, and appreciate the opportunity that you have granted so that we interact with our communities.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Audrey, let us say that we as the municipality, we understand clearly our constitutional obligations that basic services such as water should be provided to our communities. So on that note, we really want to say we provide services to our communities such as water, but at the same time understanding that the challenges that we've got in terms of us supplying water to our communities. One, we should state that, Audrey, we are one of the municipalities that was identified as the most hard drought-stricken municipality, which is one challenge that has compounded us in supplying our citizens, our communities in the Maluti Phufong with water. Generally, I'm generalizing as Maluti Phufong municipality in general.
Right.
But to be specific, Audrey, on the challenges that we've got with the Extension 5, Phufong, which is where we are today, we are saying the challenge dates back to almost 7 years ago when this location was established. We must really accept that it dates back to that. But we are saying the challenge is not us, maybe as the municipality or as government supplying water. We are saying the challenge is the infrastructure that was installed then by the then previous government, because it was only limited to the community which was counted, or which was living by then, which was only the Phufong area. When our population was growing, these developments were maybe, let's say, were overlooked of saying, let's improve our infrastructure.
And when you say they were overlooked, Mr. Mokoena, who overlooked these developments? As you could see that the community is growing and the old infrastructure is obviously doesn't have the capacity to be able to provide the service.
What I'm trying to explain is that in the previous dispensation, the planning was done in silos. Hence, we came in after 1994 to say, once we do planning, we should do planning in an integrated form, which is what we did. We then said we are having a plan on how we can alleviate the plight of the people by Kestel Extension 5. What we did is this. We then took efforts in collecting water from the Sterkfontein Dam. We upgraded the water pipeline. And then secondly, we then said, let's erect a 2 megaliter reservoir, the new one, which is what we are erecting now. Then what we are only left with is to upgrade the water pipe that comes from Kwakwa, just close to the Free State, University of the Free State. The water pipe, which is almost 25 kilometers from Kwakwa up until here. We have got plans in place that we are upgrading it from 160 millimeter in diameter to 315 in diameter, which is what we are currently now doing in the long term on how we will alleviate the plight of the people of Extension 5 here in Xolong.
Mr. Zim, please join in the conversation. You're a member of this community. How desperate has the situation been without a constant water supply in this community?
Thank you very much, Audrey. In short, I would like to thank this opportunity that we are having today, because the problem is that for answering on the issue of Mr. Raphael, we've been struggling for a long time. Our main problem is that the municipality is not taking us seriously. Hence, every time when we're trying to raise our concerns, no one is coming forward to give us answers. We don't even know. We are at the stage now where we don't even know to whom we must we must raise our concern or to raise our issues, because every time we're trying to call them to come and talk to us, then they are nowhere to be found. And this is your opportunity to speak to Mr. Mokoena, who's representing the municipality today. Just explain to him how this problem has impacted your lives. I believe that, Audrey, to cut the matter short, the municipality, as Mr. Raphael has just explained, we've been told the same things from the previous years. Because the upgrading of the reservoir, the pipes, and the what, because we also have the records from since we've been complaining, we also have the records. We've been told the same thing, that the reservoir is being completed. The reservoir is 96.4% complete. It's also needed, because the last time, if I can say, the last time when we received the report about the reservoir and the pipe from the Sterkfontein, it was on the 19th of January 2016, when the executive mayor was here, Mr. Vusi Chabalala. He has confirmed to the community, to us, to the community of Extension 5, that the reservoir has been completed and it only needed to be tested. Right. So that when Mr. Raphael says they have put in place the plan, they only starting to put the plan of putting the pipe from Kwakwa to Kestel, whereas we've been told that everything is being completed and the reservoir is 96.5 since January. I'm talking about January 2016. Right. We're still waiting until today. And we'll give Mr. Mokoena an opportunity to respond to that. If you can just chew on that, sir, and perhaps you can give us answers to that. I want to go to Mr. Khatebe. Perhaps you can join in the conversation. Can you describe to us a typical day of a family here in Extension 5 when they wake up, what they have to go through just to be able to have enough water in their homestead for them to get through the day? How difficult is it?
Can you allow me to speak Sesotho or Sezulu, because of the elders here, they don't understand exactly English, then they understand the Afrikaans. Can I speak just Sesotho? Yes, you're welcome. So, you can do that. Harita ina ya miti, the way it affects thing, then is the problem like in the Mokoena ha bua katabaya pipe it wang Sterkfontein via Kwakwa. So why it would affect the Rona Extension 5 fail? And they passed Extension 3, then after passing there, why gona gore e affect rona but section tse dingwe di ba na le ona metsi. Then if a bua jwalo, we understand how is long time. Impa I disagree or is long time bana le yona situation ni jwalo. Then ha re tla matlung ana ad RDP like ana o wa bona mona a we ka metsi a tswang dithepong a tswang dipompong ha se metsi a tswang dijojong. So hodima ele jwalo potso ya ka e be ile hore metsi ao aneng a tswa dithepong a sa tswa dijojong ana tswa kae. Then my second question on that ke ya hore go baneng ka nako tsa di election metsi a khona ho tswa a tswa kae metsi ao. And then the last one ke ya hore go baneng ha ona le mekete e kenyeleditseng media then metsi a khona ho tswa metsi ao a tswa kae. So meaning that metsi a ntse le teng ha ona crisis re tla be re ke metsi because yena ka be nna ntate Mokoena o bua ka hore metsi a tswa Sterfontein and ka di 23 tsa December 2015 majoro o itse reservoir yeo yena ntate Mokoena buang ka e fetse already and e batla ho testuwa. Then ha e batla ho testuwa on that reservoir ha ona connection mo.
Right.
So we are the potso gore e testuwa ka eng go sena di pipeline from the Sterfontein to reservoir kapa from the reservoir to the community. It testuwa ka eng but there's no pipeline there. Okay. And why would what tlameha gore ho be na le that the pipe tse fetang bongwe e bang ba ntse ba le busy ka line ya Sterfontein.
Right.
So the last one ke bua ka di elders eling e bongkgono. Then the lorry tse tla beng di tla ha ke tsebe le teng ka mona nako e kae. So if di tla be di tla jwalo bongkgono ha se ha bobebe ba kgonang simple as lo nga di 10 liter or di 20 liter. So then go tloa mono ho ya that 100 meters bongkgono metsing ao ba kgona ho fihlella jwang because ba fihla dikane se di tletse already. And re bua ka only one community kapa one house o thola re na le dikupi tse ka ba in 20 or 23. Lorry it just once, not more than that.
Right. Just a quick reminder to our viewers at home, we're coming to you from Maluti, Phufong Municipality, Castell Extension 5. We're talking about issues of a lack of constant water supply. The acting mayor is here, community members and community leaders as well. I just want to go to our audience so we can get a better understanding of what exactly they're going through day by day, and then perhaps we'll go back to the acting mayor to see if he can give us answers as to why the situation, there's so much information that is coming from the municipality that is different from what the community members have been told, and perhaps we can try and bridge that gap and get an understanding. Can you get a microphone from the audience so we can get a better understanding of how desperate the situation is?
Firstly, I would like to thank this opportunity for the TV to come and assist us with to make sure that we meet with the municipality as a community. My question is that actually I've been in this. I worked with politicians. I know the politician games. You know, I'm sympathizing with the gentleman there, Mr. Mokoena, because he has been put onto something that he cannot stand for. Because there is an entity that is working with water. The gentleman is working in the municipality. There is a Maluti Phufong water, and there are people who are working in that municipality. Those people who are working with infrastructure in the water department. I think if it was advisable if maybe one of the official from the Maluti Phufong water to be part of the panel there, so that I think they can give us the best answer than the gentleman who was sent by the Major Vusi. Yeah, no, thanks very much for that.
Habare fintwe re batlang. Hona tje ba rometse motho a sa ikarabeleng nthonye re batlang. O bona ke taba pele ke point ya ka. Hona le batho ba ikarabella mo. A re batle batho ba ipeshang di position hore ba iketse disphewile ba kenyo mo. So ha re ngwellwe motho le reng keng o tlo re fa ntwe re batlang re sale ka ntwe tje. Ntlheng ya ka pele a tsa ntho tse ba ka mo ferefere ke ba eta pele ba ka. Ke ditshepiso tse senang bonnete tse sa phethaleng. Ke na go e kae re sa arabe ka botlalo ntse re tshepiso ntho e siyo. He tsa tsuonyana go bala tse ding di robetse. Se bile re tsofalla mo ha ona ntho e tsahala next. Ha ona movement o teng. So go bane ke stele mo re software hole. re batho ba understandang ka re educated kaofela re nka dintho ka tsela ya leitlho le right mara ho tlo fihla teng le rona re tlo fihlang re keng re fellwa ke matla le mamello eno ho thwe mamelle tswala ka tlema mara e senye.
Thank you for that contribution, and also just to remind our viewers that we had actually invited the mayor to come through. Mayor Vusi Chabalala was not able to come. He sent Mr. Mokoena. Also, the Water and Sanitation Department had promised they would be here, but we didn't manage to get a representative in the last minute because obviously we want to get answers from the relevant officials so they can give an accurate description of exactly what is happening here. Mr. Mokoena, I'll come back to you. Questions that were raised by Mr. Khatebe there, if you'd like to respond to that. Also, community members saying perhaps you can explain to us why we didn't get someone from the water department from the municipality and why you were sent to come here and answer these questions.
Let I first clear that the government is not a government of one particular individual. The government is the government that comprises of the departments, it's the government that comprises of the province and the national department. So we've got systems in place in governance. Should it happen that one official in government or one political office bearer is not being able to make it up to some appointments, there are systems that we do. We delegate somebody else to go there, so that we all own the decisions as government.
All right, but so I think the problem. I just want to go back to that. I think the problem that we see here, from what Mr. Zim said, is they had been told by the mayor, apparently, that the structures, be it pipes from the reservoir, had already been put in place. And then you're coming as a representative and saying this is a process that is still happening. It hasn't been completed. Already there's that breakdown in communication. There's different information, conflicting information that the community is being told. So how are you working as a department if you have conflicting messages?
Let I put it in this way, Audrey. This is work in progress. What the executive mayor was saying by then, he was correct. In fact, you cannot test the water reservoir without having pumping water into that reservoir. What we are saying, the current reservoir, which is feeding the whole community of Tlong-Kester, cannot even accommodate as much water needed by the community of Tolong, in a sense that the water pipe that supplies water from Kwakwa to the water reservoir in Kestel, it's too small. Its capacity is very small. And one matter that compounds the problem, it is that we deliver water from Kwakwa to Kestel through a process that is called gravitation. We are not transferring water from Kwakwa to Tolong through the pumping of the water to Tlong-Kester. So which is why the differences come. What we're saying is our community must understand that every project comes with phases. We had to put the water reservoir first so that when we install the pipe can be readily available to transfer or to transmit water into the reservoir. So there is no conflicting statement there. We are already in the plan. Then I say we have been blessed by the presence of our provincial department yesterday through the representation of Dr. Ntidi, where they were saying to us, we have projections, we have plans in place whereby you as the municipality, we can assist you, and then you augment an estimated amount of installing at the region of 70 million. All the processes are put in place. The drawings are there, the designs are there, consultants have been appointed. What is only left is the supply management processes to be effected, so that the contractor is placed on site and the work starts.
Zim, would you like to respond to that? Yes, I'll come to you, Dad.
Yes, thank you very much, Audrey.
Is this the same statements that you've been hearing from the municipality? Has anything changed, or are these the broken promises that you were talking of?
Yes, because now what I would like to put Mr. Raphael to clarity is that we do have the records. The mayors and our ward councillors, they have been having we've been having the meetings. All the information that is giving us now It's a new statement. It is not something that we've been hearing before. For example, on the 26th of April in 2015, the office of the mayor was here to represent their IDP budget. So then we were told that the contractor has resourced the money to finish the reservoir, and they were short of 3 million rand, which they have to apply to from the province to finish that reservoir. That was in April 2015. In 2015 November, on the last community meeting that we have with our ward councillor, Mr. Mukwena, that time, then he confirmed to us as a community on his last meeting during 2015 that the reservoir has been completed. They have received the 3 million that they have requested from the province, and the reservoir has been completed, and we will rejoice our Christmas of 2015 with water from our taps. That was the promise that Mr. Lesol has told us in public.
All right, Mr. Mukwena, are you aware of this correspondence that happened between the community members and the municipality and the promises that they were given?
Let I appreciate the statement uttered by Mr. Zim that our municipality is in constant interaction with our communities, briefing them on daily basis that how far is the progress in terms of the supply of water to the Extension 5. But should I mention this? It's not as if we are not supplying water at all to our community, specifically Extension 5. We have put measures in place whereby we are supplying water through what we call the water tanks. And we have adopted schedules, ourselves and our community, to say we will supply water on such dates so that we mitigate, so that we make sure that our people have something to drink. I'm simply saying this not to create an impression that at all we have neglected our people. We have not done that.
But what you're saying is you haven't been able to deliver on the promises that Mr. Zim has spoken about, specifically those promises of saying there will be constant water supply as of the 15th of May that you were promised to say, yes, by December you will enjoy your Christmas with a constant water supply here in Extension 5. That did not happen.
Audrey, let I say I will not speak on behalf of a former councillor, because I understand that he is referring to a former councillor who is Mr. Mukwena.
He was representing the municipality,
yes,
wasn't he?
Yes, what I'm saying is I will not talk on behalf of Mr. Mukwena, who is the former councillor in this area. But what I'm saying is the technical report that we've got, we can only deceive ourselves, but we cannot deceive our people. We are saying to them, the technical report that we've got as the leadership of the municipality is that, one, this is work in progress with phases. The panel is admitting that the reservoir is near completion or it's complete. What is only left behind is for us as the municipality to install or to upgrade the water pipe that comes from Kwakwa to Kestel Tulo. This is what is only left. We are here to report to them that all the processes of upgrading the pipeline so that it could be a bit larger to supply the whole community of Kestel, all the processes have been exhausted. One, the designs are there. Two, the plans are already there. Three, what we call the consultants already appointed. What is only left is for the contractor to be on site so that we upgrade the water pipe from 160 millimeter in diameter to 115 in diameter, which will then be saying the existing reservoir can be utilized to a 100% level or 200% level. Currently, just because we deliver water from Kwakwa through gravitation, even the existing reservoir has not been full to the capacity of 50%. It's always below that. The reason being what? The method or the medium, which is the pipe that we use to supply water from Kwakwa to Kestel, the capacity is too small. Hence we are saying we have identified the problem. Hence we are saying these are the plans that we've got, these are the plans that we put in place to answer on issues of the late leadership or the previous leadership, and I will not be able to do that.
Unfortunately, passing the buck and blame does not work for the community right now, Mr. Mokoena, because they are feeling deceived. They feel that the information they have been receiving hasn't been accurate, and this is why they're experiencing the same problem. As much as we appreciate the work that you have done, everything that you have been describing right now, that's a lot of work, and you know that has to be commended. But at the end of the results, these community members want to see water coming out of their taps, and that is not happening. How do you make them understand that? Let's go to Mr. Khadebe. Perhaps you want to chip in. I know you want to speak in Vernac. You're most welcome to do that as well.
Mr. Mokoena, has kai contradictor. Hobaneng ke ra ska contradictor. We itse ba sebetsa esa combine. Maro hona jwale instead ya or arabe ya the former councillor or no hano arabata ba former councillor. Well, meaning that ntwe ke batlang o ifumana ho yena ke ya hore hona jwale ka ha le paneleng e le hore o bua seo a se tsebang kapa o bua a emetse masipala. And well, rona already as a community re sotleile ka metsi already, so re tlamile re tsome metsi jwalo ka dintja di tsuma motlenyana. So then e be ba ntla ya hore ha re tla ho di pipeline ha re too small, o di elelletswe neng hore di too small, and then akong eo a di elelletsweng hore di too small o entse eng before a tla kwano hore a bone di too small. Why di letsa ba too small kana kwe empa metsi ntse re wa thola a kana kapa di expanda kapa o nthotseng ka ofela, so go re batla re fumana because ha ke tla ke sheba ntlheng eno nkang jwalo ke ka ho ke ra ska ba contradictor. So ha bue seo a se tsebang ha ebe a bua be half is still okay, ha rena problem. There's no use or re mo botse dipotso because metsi ana antse a tswa already. Extension 5 like ke entse example ya hore matlo ana a wa bonang ana a we ka metsi a entse jwang a tswang di ho di tepo. So ha ba tswa di pompo metsi ao kana go di pipe ne di le kae kapa ne di le 5 small kapa half small, I don't know. So just ha yetse fela explain fela.
And Mr. Mokoena, Khadebe, apologize. You raised some very important points there, Mr. Mokoena. I'll just ask you very quickly to respond to some of those, and then we can go to the audience.
Yes, Audrey, let I categorically state it. The demand for water at that time was less. The demand was high, while the supply is less. Our people should really take it to cognizance, must realize that Phufong Castle has grown. Our population size has increased. The fact that there was water by the time when these houses were erected or were built, it was because there were no people inside those households who were consuming water. Who were consuming water. But let I put it this way. The part of Castle Extension 5 that is getting water and not getting water are at different levels in terms of height. That's why gravitation is the factor in all this, because there is this portion, extension 5, that gets water, and this other portion, extension 5, that does not get water, which then answers the question here. At the lower part, where the reservoir starts from, to the upper part, where the gravity becomes reduced. The people on that side are not getting water, but the people at the nearer portion of the reservoir, they're the ones that are getting water. It's simply because of one thing. We are saying we will have to upgrade our infrastructure, one, which is the pumping machine that will have be pumping water to the 2 mega liter reservoir that we are building today. But all in all, the population size of Extension 5, Castle Phufong, has grown. Our infrastructure, which is the water pipes, have not been upgraded. We are saying we are here.
They have not been upgraded by who, Mr. Mokoena?
Have not been. Can I put it this way? In the past 5 years, in the past 3 years, we have been sourcing water for the people of Phufong Castle from the Streckfontein Dam. Initially, water was sourced from the Fikapatu Dam, and the Fikapatu Dam got depleted The very same dam that is supplying the whole Maluti, the whole Qaqwa, got depleted, got to dry. Then we put plans in place to say, let's source water from the Sterkfontein Dam so that we diverted that water to Castell, but not only Castell.
I'll just ask you to hold on to your thought, Mr. Moke, and I can see the audience is getting restless. Let's go to the audience, get a couple of microphones and see if we can get a reaction and comments. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. Ke a leboha. Ntate Mokoena, ke kopa nke ke kgutlela moraonyana. Ha se kgatlo la pele ho kenngwa pipe e tloang Qwaqwa e tlang Castell. Pipe e kentsweng hona tjena ke ya bobedi, in my understanding. E tlo kenngwa ke ya boraro. Ho ya ka tsebo ya ka, because of nna ke bua ka hore I'm a root of Castell. Before the late Jabu Khumalo, metsi ne re a thola. This thing e qadile immediately after hore ho step in Ntate Mokoena. And then ke kopa ke arabele tabeng ya Ntate Mokoena. Ntate Mokoena ke kwa o mmakatsa. O tlile mona in behalf of Ntate Chabalala. But hona jwale o hloleha ho defender your own councillor and a leader part of ANC is disgusting to we etsang. And then o a re qabanya. O bolela hore Ntate Mokoena ona sa etse mosebetsi and then khona tlo tswa mosebetsi. Ya o qetela e ke lefisang direct ho wena. Hobaneng hona tjena o araba dipotso di botsang. Nna ho ya ka nna ke ne ke lebeletse fela go ya just a messenger. O tonga message o fitise because of ntho tso di arabang khale re di utlwa ke pina tshwene. Ha re qale ho utlwa ka jeno. Ka matshotlo hana le mo Castell. Metsi a la extension 5. Ka election the day before election day. Tsena tse fitileng tsa mabanza August. Metsi a la extension 5. Ana tswa kae? Re ile ranga speaker as the community leaders ra surround extension 5 whereby bene re bitsa community re tlolla ka taba ya metsi. Metsi a ile a tswa malapeng a mang. So it shows that hore metsi a teng, but the problem ko hore hona le something e hidewang in this problem ya metsi. That I'm going to face a reality. Skatla ka ba itse ba o fileng o tlo ya o hlola. Ke kopa na wena ha ne ke lwana ka ba ke no utafatse. Ke lo ba fa hore banna Castell e re jane. Ntho tse re tsang tsona ke pina tshwene. Ene ke kopa re tlwele ya o hlola.
Ke a lebo.
Ku kwenta tem kwena mono antsa a bua ka di infrastructure. Ha o etsuwa infrastructure ho ya shejwa hore na sebakeng seno ho lo tswa matlo a makae. Ho kenywa di pipe tse lekana mono tsa metsi hore batho ba kgone hore ba thole metsi pompong. Ho tsho hore na go nyeo no etsuwa infrastructure ho itswe fela re etsetsa di phofolo fela ha re etsetse batho ne re tla ba tima metsi. Ho ya ka mo yena a buang ka teng. Le pipe tsa bua ka tsona tse tswang Qwaqwa tse tswang Sterkfontein tse tswang kae batho beso bontate ha ba tlwele hore thetsa ba re fese re tshwanetse hore re se fumane e le metsi kha ha ke nahana hore metsi a ka tswa phahameng a tswa ka locationing part of extension 5 ya belo ya safari ha re hopule metsi ana a etswa mona dilemong tsa ho feta re haile dintlo tsa di RDP ka metsi le hane re ya gabosiu ka bo 12 fo jwalo re ga bo seng ka bo 5 fela metsi ana tswa dithepong se re se kopang fela ke hore re kopa metsi se re se tsebang ko reservoir e fedile hana ba refa bothata bo rena leng bona ka haro ho extension 5 hore re thole metsi ke circuit breaker ha Mr Majoro ana bua mane Ntate Vusi Chabalala hore bothata ke circuit breaker Sterkfontein na re ipotsa re be circuit breaker eo ntse so lo ke le ka jeno lena.
And on that note, it's time to take a very short break. You're watching People's Imbizo, brought to you by African News Network, and we're coming to you from the Free State Province. We'll be back in a moment.